Hello, this is Al Whitehead with webnewsjax, and I'm calling out to the advertisers now. Yes, advertisers, we need support. We need help to grow this network and to make this network thrive. And if we can get some help from you, we'll help you in return. We'll help advertise your product every day on our broadcast. We'll help connect your product's website to our blog, which has just gone viral. I mean, you ought to see all the hits we're getting. And look at how we're doing on all the search engines. Anywhere you go on any one of our topics, we're on the first page, pretty much on everything. I mean, we are getting a lot of traffic. And I believe that I can put out a very entertaining and a very factual show that will be as of the quality of Alex Jones's. And I believe in a few years that I will be a household name just like Alex Jones, and I'm going to be one of the Pied Pipers, the Paul Reveres, leading America into the next phase, the recovery phase. Because right now, we're in a shock and awe phase. We've got the TSA terrorizing the citizens. We got the government creating boogeymen and lies and propaganda and oppressing the American people. I am a voice of freedom. I am a force of good. I am a force of truth. I try to print things on our website that I only think are factual, that are only based upon truthfulness. Do I always get it right? Probably not. The law of averages would say somewhere between the cracks that I probably fail here and there. But I try. I'm not like the mainstream media that wants to spoon feed you the government propaganda of lies because they've been paid billions of dollars through the Fed, through stimulus money, your taxpayer stimulus money, or shall we say money that they borrowed from the coffers, that they paid the elitists to basically keep us under siege. Very confusing, but if you study the Fed, you'd probably understand what I just said even more than I do, because it's a very complicated issue. But what I'm about is bringing the good word, exposing things for what they are, and giving you a voice, giving you a forum that you can learn what's going on from the inside, from a intellectual point of view, not just a narrow point of view from people that are paid to spew out propaganda. You know, everything you get on TV is propaganda. Uh, we just need to wake up. We need to join together. We need to tell them that we are one. We are a land of one. We're not black. We're not white. We're not Chinese. We're not Asian. We're not Mexican. We're Americans. We're a people unified together under the greatest constitution ever written in the history of man. The greatest concept. Our forefathers were geniuses, folks. They wrote a constitution with everything bearing in mind. But we have a government right now that wants to subvert, that wants to rewrite this constitution, that wants to take away your liberties, that wants to take away your guns. It's already been proven that citizens that are armed, if we had citizens just like in the Western days that were allowed to carry weapons out openly, crime would go down drastically. Drastically. Because, you know, for the most part, we're good. We're good. The American people are good. Maybe they're a little asleep. Maybe they're a little sheeple. Maybe they're a little led the wrong way. But they're good for the most part. Genuinely, inside, we're good. We know right and wrong. We have a conscience. But our government doesn't. And I prove it every day with what I write on my blog site, webnewsjax, and with these broadcasts. I go to other sources, other credible sources, and I either rewrite or basically copy and paste with a little bit of editing and get the truth out. I tend to do really well on the Google rankings and the other search engines, and have a lot of success getting things out to the public and letting them know the truth, and not spoon feeding, not candy coating, just telling it how it is. Now, what I can do for you as an advertiser is I can do infomercials. I can basically put your product in a good light, your quality, good product or service. I can put it in the spotlight, not only on the search engines, not only on the web presence. I can, daily talk about your product on the show, do an infomercial, and put you into a good light, give you a commercial you can use. Now, granted, this particular recording is totally unscripted, totally just out of the seat of my pants. And I hope soon to have a producer, because, I'm going to get some advertisers and I'm going to get some people to help me produce this show. So I have a script to go by, so I know what to say. I mean, I'm not a teleprompter reading president like Obama. I'm not even a president, nor will I ever be. I'm just an American, just somebody that cares, trying to do their best. And I can do that for your product. I can basically, your product or service, put it in a really good light on the web, through the show, through the site, and expand your business. Watch you grow as we do. People are hungry. Look at how Alex Jones's show has just exploded, where he's basically almost mainstream now. I mean, you'd have to say he is with the amount of viewers and followers. But there's room for someone else here. There's room for me, because I have a lot to say. I'm a very eloquent person, and I believe that my voice will carry. And we're going to try to do our show before Alex actually does his show, do it in an earlier time. That way we're not really competing. And if you want to hear what he has to say, you can hear what he has to say. And you can hear what we have to say both, where, the shows aren't going to contradict or compete with each other, because I'm not out here to be bigger or better than him. I believe in what he says. I believe in him. But I also believe that we need more people out there, that we need a bigger voice, that in order for the resistance to truly have a just cause that the people will stand behind, there has to be more than just one person touting, supporting, and being a face of liberty. I want to be that face. I want to be the face of liberty. I want to be the resistance. I want to bring real, true change to this country. And I can do it through your help, advertisers. I swear to you, I promise you that I will put every ounce of my being into the cause. And I will support and I will glorify your product like no one else can. Because if you believe in me, I believe in you. That's how it works. It's called free enterprise. Something this country has long since forgotten. I mean, we got lobbyists up in Washington basically buying the laws, just squashing their competition with the red tape, but exempting themselves. Look at the waivers. Look at how GE is able to run different plants and different things, but their competition, they're just excluded. They got to pay, taxes on their emissions of, what the government calls toxic gases, but it's actually just, simple carbon dioxide, which helps plants grow and does not hurt anything really. But, they're trying to shut down the coal plants, and that was one of the first agendas. And that's something that we've covered here. We cover a lot of topics. I also plan on going heavily into science and health and all kinds of other things. I don't want to just stick with the conspiracy topics. I want this to grow into more of a people's site for the positive, for the good, for the betterment. I don't want to be totally like Alex, where I just dwell on the globalists and all the wrongdoing. I want to dwell on some of the the good things. What I'd like to see is maybe our telecast, which we're going to do off Justin TV, grow to where we're going to start out doing an hour, but I'm going to probably put a 15-minute segment every day into something good, something positive. And then once maybe we grow, we can, do a half hour, maybe get it up to an hour where we'll talk about like hydrogen fuel alternatives, the space program, different sciences that are cutting edge coming out. I really think that would be great. Maybe even cover different ideas for the recovery of our country, that might produce jobs and might put Americans back to work, get Americans off welfare and food stamps. I mean, it's a tough world out there. But I'm not going to be one of these people to, cut people down because they're getting welfare, because they're getting food stamps or aid. I mean, I think times are tough. You have to do what you have to do to feed your family. I mean, I'm not one of these Rush Limbaugh, better than thou people. I'm not one of these people that says, you're the problem. I'm saying if you're not part of the solution, you are the problem. But I'm not saying you're the problem. And I'm not saying that you're the problem because you do this, you do that, support this, support that. We're a melting pot. We have different religions, we have different beliefs. But the one thing we all have in common is we love liberty. We love freedom. We love being able to express ourselves as individuals in our unique way. And right now, Homeland Security is really infringing on this. They're really trying to tighten the screws. They want to control the web. They want to shut down everything that is good, everything that this country is founded on. They want to take your guns away. They want to take your right to bear arms away. They want to take your right to criticize our government away. Advertisers, I'm asking you right now, come aboard webnewsjax. You won't be disappointed. We're up and coming. We want to work with you. We want to be part of you. We want you to be part of us. We want your message to be one that grows along with the message of liberty and freedom. That message seems to have been lost here in the recent years, but we want to bring it back out. We don't need to go Republican, Democrat, Libertarian. It doesn't have to be a party. It doesn't have to be a Tea Party. It just has to be what's inside you, what's inside me. That's where it starts, from within. And then it spreads out because you sit in front of the water cooler at work, you talk to your friends, and you start acknowledging what is going on. You start questioning what is going on, and you start taking action about it. You call your congressman, you call your senator, you start petitions, you picket, you do what it takes. Our schools right now are suffering. They're cutting sports programs. They're cutting teachers. They're cutting this. They're cutting that. But you know what they're spending the money on? The wars. This government is spending all their money on the wars. And the wars are what have bankrupted our country. Advertisers, we need to get this word out. We need your help. And I'm going to tell you, I will promote your product. Watch this. I'll promote my product. Jax Site Solutions, the best source on the web for hosting. $29.95. I will give you 1 year's hosting with your domain name, with a WordPress blog already uploaded onto your site. $29.95. You can't beat it, can you? Anyway, that's just an example. And it was a short infomercial. I tend to want to cover factual subjects rather than glorify myself. Anyway, please, advertisers, give us a call at 904-830-4225. Ask for Al. Good day, and thank you.